Hello again, and welcome to lesson 2. In this lesson, we are going to look at the different types of developers and how we can group them into front end, back end, or full stack developer. My name is Mildred. In the last lesson, we introduced programming. We looked at what programming is, what a developer is, who is a developer, and the skills that we need to have. Now we want to look at the different skills, and we're grouping these things into the types of developers. Now, what you will hear most of the time is front end, back end, full stack. Now, when we talk about front end, we're talking about everything that the user sees, the user interface, the design. These are all front end. And for you to get into front end development, you need to learn languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And if you want to use frameworks, you can go use React, Bootstrap, and the likes of the front end frameworks. So we have programming languages as part of our course series in this transition to tech series: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And if you choose to go into front-end development, you want to learn those languages as they are the core of every web page that you see. Now, if you want to look at the back end is everything to do with the server, the logic, everything that makes the front end come to life. When you fill a form, the data saves, you can retrieve, you can log in. That logic behind the scene is backend. And then languages like Python, SQL, Java, these are all back-end languages. We have PHP also. We have some of these courses running and offered that you can take a look at to have a feel of what back-end is. An example of projects you can build with a back-end as a back-end developer is like an API for maybe appointment systems. And there are many things you can actually do. You can actually make sure that login form that was built on the front end can actually receive data, pass it somewhere in the database, and can allow the user to log in with those credentials that were used to create that account. But a full stack developer is somebody that works on both the front end and the back end. And then we have other developers that work on different types of systems. We have mobile developers that basically work on mobile apps, and the tools for those developments are a little different than those you use for normal desktop or web apps. Then we have DevOps engineers, which is a type of developer that just specializes in deployment and all of the infrastructures for continuous integration and continuous deployment. They also specialize in everything containerizations and all of those setup that you see. Then there are people who are game developers who only focus on games and all the simulations. There are different languages or tools that are specific to these development. One notable language is C++, and we're going to have those courses in the future. Then we have embedded systems developer who only write code for embedded systems, like for physical devices. You have your smart wristwatch. There's an embedded system running that watch and that programs everything that you see there. Then we have security developer who just build penetration tools. We have those courses in our network courses also, and we use Python most of the time, and there are other tools that we use for this development. Then we have data engineer that just build big data pipelines, and all we also have tools for them. You can use Python, SQL, and then there are other tools that can be used. We focus majorly on vanilla way of doing things at School of Programming and Software Development. So if you want to build an ETL pipeline in the future, you want to build a marketing or sale analytics site for customers, big data engineer or data engineering is one of the kind of developer. Then now we have machine learning and AI engineer. We also have a fundamental of artificial intelligence course that starts in January of 2026, and the type of developers only learn how to build algorithm and learn models. Python is a major language we use. We can also use R. We use different Python libraries, TensorFlow and PyTorch and the likes. You see a lot of them when you take those courses. Then we also have quality assurance or test engineer that deals with all of the testing and making sure that this is up to the quality and meets the business requirements. And then we have cloud developers that just work on cloud platforms, cloud infrastructures, provisioning. But how do you know what you want to do? So if you want to select your stack or you want to select the language you want to learn, I will always advise you to try a course in front end, try the HTML, CSS, JavaScript front end, try a course in back end, and then choose a stack you want to stick with. Do you want to stick to front end and only front end technologies, or do you want to work on back end? Do you have a different kind of interest? So you want to choose your path based on what you enjoy. So if you enjoy designing user interface and all the virtual experiences, you like playing with colors and design, then you want to be a front end developer. If you enjoy building mobile apps or mobile experiences, then you want to be a mobile developer. If you enjoy building cloud native applications, then you want to be a cloud developer. Also, if you enjoy anything that has to do with predictive analysis or recommendations or all those AI suggestions, chatbots, you want to be a machine learning or AI developer. Then if you like working on analytics and databases, you want to be a data engineer. And if you want to deal with maybe ethical hacking or security, you want to be a security developer. And if you want to code for real world devices like smart wristwatch, cars and the rest, you want to be an embedded systems developer. So all of these choices and all of these paths will inform what you want to learn going forward. And so we have courses in front end and courses that are back end courses and courses that are full stack courses. And we have artificial intelligence and security courses also. We have network courses. And you can look through these courses to see where your interest lies and what the start date of each of these courses is. But my recommendation to you will be try everything and then choose one. When you know everything about everything, when you know how the back end works with the front end, you'll be a better front end developer. When you know how the front end works with the back end and you're just a back end developer, you will understand how to build back end where front end engineers will understand what they're doing or will have better time working with requirements. Now that we know all of this, let's look at the commonly used words and acronyms that we normally hear and might not understand half of the time when we walk into the world of software engineering for the first time. So see you in the next lesson. Thank you.